The 22nd Nelson Mandela Annual Lecture is currently underway at the University of the Witwatersrand here in Johannesburg. And this year's lecture will be delivered by Nobel Literature laureate Abdulrazak Gurnah, and SABC TV News reporter Kailihle Khumalo is standing by with the latest from that lecture. Kaya, great having you with us. Good afternoon. So you are well in the thick of things at the Nelson Mandela Lecture. How are proceedings unfolding so far?
Well, absolutely, Alicia. It's quite a very important time for the Nelson Mandela Foundation. As you know, that annually they always have this particular session where they invite the luminaries, really dating back to 2003, with the former U.S. President Bill Clinton really delivering the lecture and talking about the most topical issues. So this time around is going to be a very renowned author and someone also is very passionate about social issues, whether you're looking at colonialism and many other very topical issues as well. But just to explore this issue further, we're joined by the head of advocacy, in fact, dialogue and advocacy. That's, of course, Sumaya Hendricks. So, Sumaya, thank you so much indeed for your time. So, by all accounts, a very special occasion. I mean, last year we saw Malala Yousafzai delivering the lecture and talk about a lot of issues. Let's look at the significance of this lecture.
So the aim of the lecture is to generate thought leadership on really important societal issues. And this year the theme is realizing our shared humanity. And the theme really speaks to the recognition that as human beings, we're all part of the same human family. And so we need to come together regardless of our difference. And so we really think that this is a really timeless topic. And we really hope that the people in the room and also those watching at home can really engage with this topic in a meaningful way.
And precisely, Sumaya, especially because given these polarization, whether you look at the conflicts, but also looking at all these challenges that we face as humanity, whether it's climate change, whether it's issues around the flagrant violation of human rights. And we know with the Nelson Mandela Foundation, it's always about thought-provoking conversations in finding the key answers.
Yeah. Now, the thing is, it's good and well for us to speak about realizing our shared humanity, but the implications there's implications both on a personal level and a policy level. On a personal level, if we're going to really actualize this theme, it's about pursuing justice, even if it be against ourselves, against the rich and the powerful. And then internationally, it means being able to pursue justice beyond the borders of our respective communities, but also locally. What does having a shared humanity lens mean for how we approach our fellow South Africans as well?
And just before I let you go, Sumaya, I just want to understand, I mean, this is a very remarkable man, well established. There's a roots from East Africa, but based in the UK now. So this is, by all accounts, a man really who embodies, the values that Nelson Mandela stood for, but really just looking beyond that as well.
Yeah, no, I think he encompasses so many different worlds. On the one hand, there's the literature, there's the academic, but there's also very much the human. So born in Tanzania, grew up in Britain. We know that he got the Nobel Prize because of his ability to speak about both decolonialism, but also the plight of the refugee. And so we think that there's lots of obviously international resonance, but we think locally as well, we can be inspired both by his works and his intellectual enterprise, but also what he has to say on issues of social justice.
All right. Sumaya Hendricks, thank you so much indeed. Of course, Alicia, that's the head of dialogue and advocacy here at the Nelson Mandela Foundation. So it's an array of issues really that they do tackle in terms of pursuit of social justice, really in keeping with the theme of former President Nelson Mandela. So it's always really incredible really listening to the conversations. I mean, looking at other past speakers, you look at the likes of the current United Nations Secretary General, Antonio Guterres, the former Chief Prosecutor of the International Criminal Court. So the list really goes on and on. So it's always incredible really to tap into the fountain of knowledge delivered by the key speakers. So we'll certainly keep you posted. We do understand around 3 o'clock or so, that's when the lecture will get underway. But certainly we're going to be positioned here to make sure that you do get the blow-by-blow account. So with that, back to you in studio.
Always great chatting with you. That is SABC News reporter Kailihle Khumalo, live to us at the University of the Witwatersrand at the annual Nelson Mandela Lecture.